Today I fucked up by giving my friend advice. This happened 2 days ago. I'm chilling at the bar with my girlfriend of 5 months and another male friend. So my girl goes to mingle with other friends and me and my friend are talking. He is having some trust issues with his current girlfriend. I'm lecturing him on trust and how it's important in a relationship and that if you all don't trust each other, then it's not going to work. Now me and my girlfriend have only been dating for 5 months, but we have had an amazing time together. I can honestly say I've never felt this way about a person so soon. We have been very honest with each other and I have never not once doubted that I'm the only one in her life. The same is true for me, I haven't so much as looked at another girl since we've been together. Anyway, I'm trying to give my friend advice about being open and honest and not hiding things from each other. I'm hyping up my relationship and giving examples of how we make sure the other knows we are not hiding anything from each other. I felt there was a need for a demonstration of trust between me and my girl to emphasize my point. So here is the fuck up. We are using my girlfriend's phone to play music on the jukebox. It's one of those pay money to buy credits to hear the music on the jukebox things. We usually use my phone because she is always broke and can't really afford to buy credits. This time though, she bought like $20 in credits so we were using her phone. So I'm telling my friend, look, she doesn't care that I have her phone. We trust each other so much that she doesn't have any second thoughts about me using her phone to play music. So I proceed to demonstrate by swiping through her open apps with a shit-eating grin on my face. I keep swiping and the third app is Snapchat. I didn't know she had Snapchat and from what I understand, really the only point of that app is to hide conversations. So at this point I'm debating in my head whether I should take a peek or not and see if there was anything suspect. Fully knowing that my friend is in direct view listening to my advice. I looked. Of course. There was something there. At this point my grin turns into a look of despair. The first person at the top of the conversations is some dude I don't know. I open the message and see a nude pic from my girl to him. There are some other messages and then a video of him masturbating and then a message from her that says she wants that, in her ass. This conversation happened earlier in the day while she was at work. I quickly take a screenshot, with my phone, and close the app. I have opened Pandora's box and I don't want to see anymore. At this point my friend knows I found something and has an awkward look on his face. He closes out and takes off and tells her good luck on the way out. So as you can imagine, I'm freaking livid about this discovery. I feel betrayed and embarrassed. A whole bunch of emotions are coursing through my brain, among them rage. I turn off her phone and I calmly place it back at the bar wondering how I should proceed. I cut the night short and tell her that I'm leaving. She of course is like WTF? So I closed out and leave and I send her the screenshot with the words, "We're done." I've been very cold but firm about us breaking up. I really felt that we had something special going on. I made it a priority to make sure that she knew that she was the only person I wanted to be with. Our sex life had been amazing as we are still in the honeymoon phase. We text all the time and we dirty talk with great regularity. So I don't know why she felt the need to bring someone into that part of her world. She says she never slept with him and she says this was the first and only time anything like this has happened while we have been together, which I now find hard to believe because there no longer is any trust between us. So she has been texting me, trying to justify the whole thing. Apologizing, minimizing, normalizing, pretty much everything you can think of. She even sent me screenshots of a convo with the dude today, discussing how she got caught and that I broke up with her, and the discussion between them pretty much confirmed that they never slept together, and that it was just flirting. I still feel betrayed. Now here is the best part. I was in the process of purchasing a townhome nearby where I live with the intent to rent it out. When we started dating, she was and has been renting a big house that she couldn't afford, getting divorced, husband no longer pays his half. As we got closer and closer, I breached the idea of her renting the place out as it would be much cheaper on rent for her. It would help both of us out as she would have more disposable income and could carry her weight, so to speak. Like I said, she is always broke and I end up picking up the tab most of the time. We had an agreement that once I closed on the property she would move in and pay the mortgage until we were comfortable enough moving in together. That was the plan. We talked about it today and she would still like to move in, but I'm on the fence now. We had so many things lined up and ready to go, and now all that is ruined. I close on the 16th of this month and I'm feeling like I'm going to be left holding the bag at some point. I don't have another renter lined up and time is running out. So I know that snooping through her phone was wrong. The info I got is like, the fruit of the forbidden tree. I was trying to make a point to my friend and it blew up in my face. I told her I needed space but that I'm pretty sure that we are done. She keeps saying it was just one message that crossed the line. Technically that's true and maybe I'm overreacting, but it still feels like she stepped out on the relationship. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I need time to process this and see if this relationship is worth salvaging. I'm so damn upset over this. Too long did not read. I was giving advice to a friend and was trying to flex about how me and my girl have nothing to hide from each other by messing with her phone in front of him. I ended up finding that she had been sexting and sending nudes to some other random guy. I am now single. She was caught sexting another guy. That's all you know about and you can be sure there is more you don't. You'll never be able to trust her again. Don't even entertain keeping the connection open by renting with her. Renting a property couldn't be easier right now. You have zero need for your tenant to be her. According to her she was perfectly faithful. Then you found out that wasn't true. Now, according to her she's perfectly faithful except exactly the extent to which you now know her not to be, and not even a sliver more. Come on man, don't let yourself be stupid. If you let your ex move in you're out of your fucking mind. Getting a tenant out is hard enough when it's normal circumstances. Having to evict someone you had a sexual history with is beyond asking for trouble. Foreclosure and a vasectomy with rusty garden shears is a better idea. She was cheating on you. You can't trust her. It's over. You know it. We know it. Just call it. Today I fucked up by texting my dead friend's number. Too long did not read. At end. I am 18F and I have a friend that died 2 years ago. During November-December I really started missing him. I met him during the winter time and his birthday is in November, so I believe that's why I started missing him a lot more during that time. On Christmas I was so sad. I couldn't thinking of him. When this happens I text his old number. I got on my phone while crying, and I texted him, "Hey Andy. I miss you so much. I've been thinking about you a lot lately. Sometimes I wonder how many tattoos you'd have by now if you were still here. I bet we would have gotten some together. I wish I could tell you about this new guy I met. I know you would have thought he was cool. Merry Christmas, I love you." I expected them to send green. Because that's what they did a few months after he died. This time it sent blue and my heart dropped. I was kinda embarrassed. I was hoping the new number owner wouldn't answer but they responded almost immediately. They asked me who I was and I explained the situation. They said sorry for my loss and I thanked them, thinking that would be the end of it. We kept talking though, and I asked when they got their new phone number. He said, "My mom got me this for Christmas, I got it a few days ago." I was thinking that it was cool, then asked how old he was. He is 10 years old. I audibly gasped because I felt weird texting a 10-year-old. I told him I was 18, then for some reason he proceeded to tell me more info about him. Probably because I asked his age so he thought he should tell me more? IDK. He was like, "Yay, my name is Brandon. What's your name?" "I am in 5th grade. I go to this school in this state." I told him that was cool and gave him the whole staying safe on the internet talk and warned him not to do this again. I then told him I had a sister around his age and I'd be creeped out if I found out she was talking to a random 18-year-old. I said I had to end the convo here and thanked him for responding. He asked if he should delete my number and I said it would be smart to. Now I thought this was the end. But he has been calling me every day since then. I ignore his calls and his texts. Every time he calls me I am reminded that my friend is dead and I get sad for a bit. I know I should probably block him but it would also feel like I am blocking my old friend. I know it doesn't make sense, but I want to keep his number in my phone. Too long did not read. Got sad and texted my dead friend's old number and now this 10-year-old boy, the new number owner, won't stop calling me and I get reminded of my friend's death every time he calls. After a night of drinking I thought it a good idea to call my dead dad's phone number. The woman who now has the number did not like the 2 a.m. wake-up call. Block the number. Some 10-year-olds might understand boundaries, many don't. There may be a more positive outcome than just blocking the number but it's unlikely to be down to anything you do from this point. Today I fucked up by going to couples counseling. My partner and I have been together for 10 years, starting out as high school sweethearts. Over time, our intimacy has gone down and what used to basically be a nightly occurrence has trickled down to once a month at best. We've discussed this a few times over the years as I noticed the lack of intimacy and while would pick up a bit for the first little bit after I mentioned something, We would return back to the once-a-month occurrence. Finally I suggested we go to couples counseling and she agreed. We just had our first session and, oh man. It started out pretty normally, starting out with the more mundane things before going into the deeper stuff. When we finally got there, I shared my ongoing frustrations with our sex life. At first she deflected with her usual excuses. She's always tired, we're never home together, the birth control is lowering her libido. We had a small pause and I'll never forget these next few minutes. After about a minute of silence, the therapist finally asked my partner, and there's nothing else that could be causing it? I guess that snapped something in her, as my partner immediately turned and glared at me. She said this next sentence with vitriol I've never heard her have towards anything else in the world. He also plays this stupid song after underscore every time underscore we do it. This was where it clicked. Back in high school, the band The Lonely Island was popular and my buddy Steve and I made a pact that we would listen to I Just Had Sex by The Lonely Island after we lost our virginity. I met my partner after this pact. We were both virgins, and we decided one night that we would pop each other's cherries. After the awkward first time, I loaded the song up on my MP3 player and played it, right there as we cuddled. She laughed and thought it was funny. And so I guess I got it in my head that she liked the song. This was reinforced by the fact that she kept laughing when the song played after our escapades for the first week or so, and then would smile after that. I just assumed she thought it was a cute tradition, or she was remembering our first time. And so we've listened to that song. Every single time. And now I found out, she's not a fan. I sullenly vowed to never play the song again and paid the therapist. Hopefully this will be the restart of a beautiful relationship. TLDR, spent 10 years listening to a song after sex, turns out my partner hates it. I'm gonna play that song next time after relations with my wife, 22-year, to see how she reacts. But seriously, all jokes aside. If it took her 10 years and counseling to get this little thing out of her, you might want to continue counseling. I suspect you will find more and learn more about each other. It seems to me there might be some communication issues also. It wouldn't hurt to continue. The wife and I did for about 4 months years ago. Edit. I've never heard this song before so I decided to listen to it. Dude, are you a moron to play this song every time to your wife after sex? You have got to be kidding me, how old are you? It is a funny song but come on man. It's no Seabat during sex. But also, God, how did you not get annoyed by that song yourself after so many times? Oh, this ain't today you fucked up. This day you fixed what was 10 years of fucking up. How could have not noticed?